Hello, and welcome to the Travels with Girlbear channel. Join us today as we spend our first full day in Egypt, and we drive today from the Giza Plateau into Cairo, where we plan on visiting the Museum of Egyptian Antiquities. It used to house the mummies, the royal mummies, and also all the Tutankhamun artifacts. All of those have been moved out, um, either to the GEM, the Grand Egyptian Museum, which was the one we could see from across our hotel in Giza. That is not open, but I get a lot of stuff on my Facebook feed from them. It looks like an amazing museum. Really wish it were open. Very disappointed that it's not. And then a year or so ago, they did a beautiful ceremony and parade of taking the royal mummies one by one into the Museum of Egyptian Civilization. We did not get to see that either. That's a brand new museum. Really wish we had gotten a chance to do that. It looked quite amazing from the outside as we passed it on our last day in Cairo. Um, but join us as we travel. You're going to see a lot of street scenes first. I've broken this into two parts. One is street scenes of driving to the museum and just video out the window. And the second part will be actually in the Museum of Antiquities. But the first part's going to start out with our tour guide Samia from EF Tours. She's also our Egyptologist, and she'll be giving us a little introduction to speaking Arabic and how to say good morning and what the expected response is. Not that any of us really picked it up. Um, but I hope you enjoy this bit and just take in the street scenes. It's very different there, and it was really quite beautiful. And here is Samia.
Ha, 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 ha. And ha, ha. If you speak Dutch, it will be easy because it's the same sound. So we have ha and ha, ha. Like ha ha ha, like ha 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 ish, yeah, and ha, kh. KH ha ha ha. So صباح 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 الخير. صباح الخير means good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day. صباح الخير. The answer is صباح النور. Nur means light. صباح النور. It's like wishing everyone a good day. So صباح الخير is it's just a modern word, and as long Egypt is an Islamic country, so al-salamu alaykum, al-salamu alaykum. This is the Islamic greeting for everyone, even if we don't know them. Just it's like hello. So it's just wishing a blessing day for everyone. And this is not only in Egypt, but all the Islamic country. Assalamu alaikum. The answer is alaikum al-salam. Yeah. So you will hear this word a lot in all the Arab and Muslim countries in general. Assalamu alaikum. Sabah al-khair. Yeah. And a special greeting, because we are in the season for the mango. Yeah. So when the men they flirt, with the ladies they say "Sabah el mango," which is like you are so beautiful like mango. So because we are in the mango season, so that's why "Sabah el manga." So it's like that. Every home they have like satellite dishes. Of course, if you check the television last night, all the channels, of course. The American channel is very popular. Yeah, and of course you noticed the movie channel, sports channel, news channel, and of course the American movie stars and singers are very popular here in Egypt in general. If you will ask one of the teenagers, he will just list you. Yes, he will just put a list of the most famous, even the basketball player So we are connected more into American culture than the British culture. Yeah, satellite everywhere. It's like everywhere. And did you notice as well most of the billboards in different places written in English language? Because we have a lot of foreigners. They live here in Egypt. Plus, English language is the first foreign language in Egypt. So the majority of the Egyptian now they speak Arabic language, especially for the new generation. So we can tell the difference in the culture, in the community, in the last, let's say, the last 30 years. Because most from one of the government university. Around 25 million they live in Cairo, believe it or not. 25 million, and I think it's considered one of the 10 busiest city in the world. I think the first one is Mexico, I think. Mexico, I think, is the most busiest, and I think Cairo is the second or the third. That's why it's busy, crowded, heavy traffic most of the time. That's why most of the people now they preferred to move to one of the new cities. Let's say in the last 20 years we started to see a new style of living. The government they started to move a little bit outside the city to build new cities in the outskirts. I mean, in the outskirts of Giza we have new Giza city. In Cairo we have new Cairo. Alexandria we have the new section, and so on. So nowadays we have around 27 cities under construction, believe it or not. We used to live in 6% of the size of the country till 2011, believe it or not. Nowadays we live in around 12%. We just spread further in the heart of the desert because it's really busy in Cairo or in Giza or Alexandria.
It is beautiful.
And now we will cross to Cairo city. So the west side of the Nile is Giza. Now we will cross to Cairo, and in Cairo city we have two big islands. And Nile City, it's where we're gonna have lunch after the museum. This boat in our right hand side is very nice boat. It has a wonderful view.
That's a lot of steps. Goodness.
And the Nile River is the longest in the world.
So I hope you enjoyed those little snippets of our travel from the Giza Plateau into Cairo. It took around 45 minutes or so to drive, and that was a pretty light traffic. It's a holiday week for the Egyptians. This is also the time that the Hajj is going on, so many people are there doing that, and it's just a national week. So like I said, traffic was a little light. And you'll see the mud brick apartments everywhere. And then it turns as you get closer to downtown Cairo, where they're doing a lot more construction. Turns a bit more modern. But as you said, there's signs in English all over the place. Very much a country that's under construction. Lots of construction going on with the new cities. As you're traveling, if you look between the buildings, some of the streets are very, very wide, and others you could probably lean out a window and touch hands with the person across from you. So be very dark and kind of close in there. And there will be more street sign and street scenes as we continue on our journeys. But I thought I'd give you a little introduction. In the next video, part two, will be us actually arriving at the museum and touring around the Museum of Antiquities in Cairo. So please join us for that video. Thanks for watching.